Down here in the South, folks have always looked to the sky for answers. But what happens when the stars and planets get tied into something darker, something violent? This is Hold My Sweet Tea. I'm Holly.
And I'm Pearl. And I forgot to do something on my episode last week because we got carried away.
Oh, yeah.
Just so everybody knows, the Crawford guy got sentenced to 99 years. Of course, I'm sure they'll appeal it. But I just wanted to put that out there. 99 years. I forgot because we were just talking about so much at the end. I was like,
And we were tired.
Yeah. All the questions and all the answers. And then I forgot the biggest one.
Right. 99 years. Boom. Gavel down.
So there you go. Just wanted to put that in there for you.
And if you hear any like monster noises this morning, it's Pearl's stomach. It's growling.
It's making all kinds of crazy noise.
I heard it through the headphones. I was like,
yeah, it's not somebody's cat, not somebody's dog growling. It's my guts.
Or a hellhound.
Yeah, sorry.
Oopsies.
I ate a hellhound for breakfast.
He's like, I'm coming out.
Right. Attack. We are doing something a little different today, yeah?
Yeah, I'm kind of rolling into the spooky season, so I want to throw this out there because I think, a lot of people believe in astrology, tarot, omens. Oh my. and especially in the South, there's a lot of things you hear, superstitions and things that your grandparents said and your parents and things that have been passed down that you don't even think about, but it has to do with beliefs. And
like seeing pennies and picking them up.
Right. That could be it. Or if you randomly find dimes around you, that could be a fairy leaving you a present.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about fairies.
Itchy palms means you're supposed to get some moolah. But why does my hand itch all the time and I'm still poor?
It depends on the one. Because if it's I think it's your right hand, you're supposed to shake hands with a stranger. If it's your left, it's money.
Yeah, it's always my left.
Yep.
And I still don't have no money.
So like, Grandma, show me the money.
Grandma lied. Grandma lied.
Exactly.
Damn it.
But, like I said, down here in the South, folks have always looked to the sky for answers. But what happens when, like, the stars and the planets get tied to something darker or something violent? We want to kind of explore all of that and different things that have happened. Mm-hmm. So we're going to take a little different route, a little different true crime journey, and we're going to talk about things other than, crops and when to grow things according to the farmer's almanac, or don't cut your hair at a certain time, or don't make big decisions.
All that.
During the retrograde.
Never
Mercury retrograde. Do not sign contracts. Do not change jobs. Yeah. Do not do any of that during the Mercury retrograde.
Or as other people refer to it as Mercury in the microwave.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, but before we start, I just want to interject my beliefs in here because I do believe in astrology. A lot of people are like, oh, you just kind of hear what you want to hear or pick and choose parts of it. The phases of the moon, how they affect people. I wholeheartedly believe in that. And I've done a lot of research into natal charts. It's building a map of the planets and the stars and the exact placement at the time of your birth. So you can just be a Gemini sun, but that's not your whole personality. Mm-mm. It lies in your natal chart, and where everything was at that time. There are a lot of serial killers that are Geminis.
Imagine that.
Right. There are a lot of Pisces serial killers. Like,
that are the victim. They're
they act a victim, yes.
the serial killers that act like victims.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I think that some people do like use this as a tool or a trick to deceive people when they're telling somebody like their natal chart. They might be like, oh, you're this kind of person and you're that kind of person. And they'll like pick and choose little things. Same thing with tarot cards. They're based on like symbolic interpretations. It's more of a spiritual tool used to guide or answer questions. It's not a forensic tool. It's not going to solve a murder or a robbery or anything like that.
And day to day, all these things change. So what might be true today may not be true tomorrow.
Right.
Because who knows? Yeah. You might have made a choice that wasn't predicted previously.
Yeah. It's like tarot cards is like a tool of divination. It's self-reflection.
And it's like a lot has to do with who's reading you.
Yes. So. And are you thinking about it when it's happening? Like, you have to put so many things into play when you're doing tarot cards. It's not just like, let me throw some cards down and be like, oof, there's the death card. You're going to die tomorrow. That's not what it means. But there are tarot cards that can be interpreted to represent aspects of crime. Like certain cards, like the Seven of Swords is theft or trickery. The Tower, it's always disaster or arson or something like that. The Devil, human trafficking, dark forces, like potentially pointing to illegal or harmful activities. In practice, tarot is a spiritual tool and not a forensic one, like I said, meaning its application in solving or analyzing crime is based on the interpretation rather than the factual evidence. So that should be approached with caution due to ethical concerns and potential for misinformation. So you can't just go, hey, I'm calling because I did a tarot card reading and this is what the card said that happened, and it's true. You can't go off that.
Holly drank liquor at 7 p.m. and stabbed her neighbor at 7:30.
Right.
The card said so.
The card said so.
We got the cups. I know she was drinking.
The cups,
out of the cups.
All the cups. Which, by the way, represents the water signs. And you can do a tarot card spread. You can use regular playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
They still represent all of the minor cards. You can use those. And then your ace, king, queen, jack represent more of the major cards. So
interesting.
there is a way that you can use playing cards to do a tarot card spread. So let's get into astrology and Southern tradition. Like the South's long, complicated relationship with astrology. For centuries, farmers have relied on the Farmer's Almanac. It wasn't just about weather. It included moon phases, and it still does.
Mm-hmm.
Zodiac charts and planting calendars. You want to plant beans? Wait till the moon is waxing in Cancer, when the ground's said to be like more fertile, because Cancer is the mother, the fertile mother of the
nurturer.
Yes, the nurturer. So you want to wait till that moon is waxing in Cancer. That way your beans are going to grow and you'll have a fruitful harvest. Cutting timber. Do it when the moon is waning so it won't rot as quick. Even things like hog castration, chicken laying, getting your hair cut, like I said, is planned around the stars. I've heard stuff like this my whole life. Like, you don't want to get your hair cut. You want to get your hair cut during a Leo moon, because Leos are known for their full, luxurious manes. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's the best time to get your hair cut. In Appalachian communities, the belief was in, like, the signs ran deep. Like, a baby's birth date wasn't just celebrated, it was studied. A child born under Aries might be bold and fiery, while a Scorpio baby was thought to be secretive and dangerous. I have a son who has a Scorpio sun and an Aries moon, so he is both secretive and dangerous, bold and fiery.
So doubly dangerous.
Doubly. I'm like, that kid, his mood switched just like a light switch. And then there's hoodoo, a spiritual tradition practiced across the South, particularly in Black communities. Hoodoo blends African spirituality, Christianity, and folk magic. Like, timing is everything. When you work a protection spell when Saturn was strong, or a love charm when Venus was shining, like, these things were meant to,
And y'all don't do
aid
those
in
love
it.
charms because you're going to regret it later.
Right. I never do love spells. Never.
No. Yet on the love spells.
No, no, no. That is one thing I will not do. Even death itself wasn't free from the stars. In some towns, burials were delayed until the moon was in the right sign, so the soul wouldn't wander. Imagine waiting days with the body, all because the heavens weren't aligned yet. Like, you just have to lay it out and be like, not yet. Can't bury him. We got to wait till the moon is in, Sagittarius.
Yeah.
The South, like,
Sorry, little dead homie.
yeah, sorry. But they didn't just look at the stars. They depended on them. So let's go into, like, things like blood moons and true crime. Many people believe that the full moon increases crime or aggressive behavior.
It makes the world cray-cray.
I wholeheartedly believe in that. It does make people a little bit.
I hear even
crazy.
like law enforcement now going,
Yeah.
It's a full moon tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Get ready,
Exactly. People still believe in that. And then we have, like, the blood moon, which they were feared as omens of death, disaster, or supernatural activity. In Mississippi in 1912, a man was lynched under the blood moon. Locals whispered a red glow sealed his fate. His death wasn't just a mob justice, it was cosmic destiny. Like, these were things that people believed because of the phase of the moon. Like, fast forward to the 1970s. In Louisiana, a woman accused of murdering her husband swore her horoscope warned she would face betrayal and fire. She claimed she was tested by fate when her husband struck her, so she snapped. My horoscope said so.
Yeah, my horoscope told me I was going
Right.
to get smacked.
The courts didn't buy it, but the story spread because people wanted to believe the stars could explain even the darkest crimes. And then there were scams in the 1920s and 30s. Traveling astrologers moved through Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. They set up tents, they read charts, and they promised riches or love for a fee.
Of course.
Scammers. Sometimes whole towns got swindled. Like, everybody was just like, ooh, ooh, ooh,
1-900 middle of the night.
Right. Exactly. And then when those cons were unraveled, then violence followed because then they were mad. So they were, like, hunting these people down.
What was the lady? I can't remember her name. It was always on, like, after
the
Late Show.
Call me now.
Yes.
I cannot. Her name just, like, went straight out of my head, but I know who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see what's in store for you. Call me now. It was the 1-900 numbers. It was the era of those. And it turns out she was a huge scam artist. I saw a documentary about that. And
that probably wasn't even her real accent.
It was not her real accent at all. She, I don't know, it was Miss something. I'll think of it. Of it. But, then we can't ignore the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
He wasn't Southern, but his name and his obsession with symbols seeped into every corner of true crime. There was no solid evidence that ties victims' birth dates to his like astrological patterns. It was possible he wanted people to believe there was a cosmic system, adding mystique and fear.
Right. I was going to say he probably was counting on most people just not knowing any better. And so he was like, I'm just going to use this and confuse people.
Right. And he used a lot of like cryptic messages and stuff. So it added to that like supernatural weirdness and stuff. But his use of the zodiac symbols and his name likely served more as a psychological weapon than literal charting of stars. But in the South, there were copycats that rose, men who thought if the zodiac could tie his killings to the stars, maybe their crimes would be remembered too. Some killers, even cult leaders, leaned into astrology and cosmic fate. The Heaven's Gate cult believed that they could ascend to the next level of existence aboard a spacecraft trailing the Hale-Bopp comet. So they all shrouded themselves in purple cloths and took the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And they all died because they believed that they were about to they did ascend to another level because they all died.
Right.
But I don't think it was
a different level.
I don't think it was on a spacecraft trailing the Hale-Bopp comet, but still. And all the men in that whole cult were castrated.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. They were all castrated. Even the leader.
So I Googled fortune teller of the 90s.
Oh, yes. What was her name?
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo. That's what it was. Call me now. Yes. Good old Miss Cleo. You'd be up late at night watching TV and stuff, and her commercial would come on all the time.
Yeah, she was the Psychic Readers Network is what it was called. And her actual name was Yuri Del Harris.
Okay. But, you know, I'm sure if people called, they never got Miss Cleo. They got somebody else that was feeding them a line of crap.
Yeah, so they said the company made billions, but she was not even like an owner. She was just used as a tool in the business. Yeah. And yeah, they said she was actually unaware of the whole operations situation. So she got government charges related to fraud, but wasn't actual responsible person for that. So crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. Which goes to show you that you can't trust certain people. So, like, it's best to do your research and read your own chart.
It actually says that she passed away from colon cancer in 2016 at 53, dying with little money, despite the billions that the company made.
Yeah.
Poor lady. You know, here she was, the only reason half the world was calling, I'm sure.
Exactly. The only reason, because she was like, Miss Cleo.
For sure, she's got to be, like, the real deal.
Right. But this, again, flows into, like, crimes, mental health. The very idea that a full moon triggers psychosis or psychiatric crisis has been told time and time again. A few studies suggest a potential link between lunar cycles and specific conditions like rapid cycling bipolar disorder. But
interesting.
They've also found like substantial correlation between moon phases and behaviors like crime rates, hospital admissions, and mental health crisis. But even though they've found correlation, they're not saying like, oh, it's 100% true.
Right.
But sometimes you just can't.
And I'm sitting over here going, as a person ruled by the moon.
Yes.
What does that mean for me exactly?
Yeah. You cray during the full moon.
I'm too tired to be crazy.
Right. And then let's talk about like celestial omens and ghost lights and things like that.
I just want to make a joke because I said I'm too tired. I'm thinking that Michael Myers had to be a Cancer. Because He's so tired. All he does is walk.
He just walks really slow, but he always
walks
gets
super slow, but he catches up to you.
Right.
Eventually, apparently we're tired, slow, and sneaky.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, carry on.
And me being a Taurus, I'm like, I ain't getting up and doing that.
Like, can I take my blanket?
I'm too comfy.
Can I take my blanket with me? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So not every story ends in courtrooms. Some end in ghost stories. So in the Appalachian Hills, people talk about the brown mountain lights in North Carolina. They're glowing orbs that float above ridges. Some say they're spirits of Cherokee women searching for their dead, like their families had gotten taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Others say they appear brightest during eclipses or meteor showers, as if the heavens fuel the haunting. Like they get more active and they're like glowing brighter. In Georgia, an old plantation, their family swore that every comet brought death. So when there was a comet coming through, somebody was going to die. One year it was cholera. Another year, fire. Later, murder. Always following the sky's warning. Could it have been a coincidence? Maybe, but
I'm sure it wasn't the only time something bad happened.
Right, but they took that as an omen, and something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comet. Even today, people across the South report ghostly lights on back roads, over swamps, in abandoned fields. Skeptics call them swamp gas, headlights, static discharge. Believers call them omens. And maybe that's the scariest part. You don't need proof when you have belief. To Southerners steeped in folklore, if the stars say tragedy's coming, you best believe it's on its way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not going to let go of their beliefs at all. So we want to know, what do you make of all of this? Do you believe in these things? Let us know. Do you look for guidance, warning, comfort when you're looking to the stars, or you're looking at the moon or something? You're like, oh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a lucky one. This sign is here.
Right. Do you think horoscopes and all of that are just for entertainment purposes?
Right.
Tell us.
Is it just telling you what you want to hear? And if you would like your whole entire chart done, and you want your whole entire chart charted out, I will pick one person if you guys comment on either our website, email us at the Steeped One, or Spotify, Amazon.
The Steeped One.
The Steeped One.
Steeped at holdmysweettea.com.
I figured you would get that in the end. So I was like, I will do somebody's entire natal chart. Even if you're a disbeliever, I will do it. And then you're going to go, holy crap, that's me. 100%. Because like I said, I believe in it. And there's no denying that my chart makes up who I am. At all. I can read it and go, oh my God, that's me. And I'll do it for everybody, somebody's having a baby. I'm like, all right, this is your baby's natal chart right here. Guaranteed this is how your child's going to be when they grow up. But let us know. I will pick a person if you guys comment on our episode, one of them.
Yeah, somewhere, anywhere. We have YouTube.
Yep. Be like, hey,
the ticker talker.
Yes, and I'll announce it, and I'll be like, all right, this is the person I'm doing. I'm going to do your chart.
Right.
I'm going to give you all the information.
Facebooky,
yep.
Instagram, email.
Yep. And you got to give me your email address so I can send it, and then I'll ask you for a little bit of information, which will be your name, the place you were born, and your time of birth. Exactly.
The date and time.
The date and time. That's all I need. So, the next time you see a blood moon hanging low, is it just beautiful, or is it a warning of something that's coming?
Dun, dun, dun.
So, hope you like this episode.
And by the way, Patty, you're automatically disqualified.
Even
Even though
absolutely no.
we love you
Right.
and you created our theme music.
What
you,
is Patty's
you comment
sun sign?
sometimes
She's
anyway.
Fiery and stuff. Is she like a Sagittarius?
You know, if you want to do hers for fun.
I will. Patty, let me know and I'll do yours for funsies.
Look at that. I lied. You're not disqualified. You will not be the person we pick, but
yes.
she'll still do yours.
Absolutely. But you can do that.
Yep.
I love doing those. I live for those. No, I'm just kidding. I do like doing them, though. It's so interesting to see, like, picking people out. I will literally go into celebrities' charts and chart out their stuff.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yep.
Gives you some insight into the people.
Into the people, yep.
So, like I said before, anywhere you want to do the messaging, do it.
Do it.
And again, the email address is not the steeped one. It is steeped@holdmysweettea.com.
The steeped one. That's hilarious. And as always, Hold My Sweet Tea is a Drunken Bee production.
Bzz.
And you guys stay safe out there. And just because we're dipping doesn't mean you can't keep sipping.
Bye.